You know, every day, each one of us takes any number of trips. We have these single point destinations, to-do items, checklist items. You know, we take trips to the store, we take trips to work, we take trips for work, trips to school, to church. We take trips to prepare us for other trips. Every day. We walk, we bike, we get in the car, plane, the train, and we head out on these trips. But occasionally, these trips aren't simply trips. They're journeys. Well, one of those journeys for me is a pursuit of better health and fitness. Personally, I know that's not simply a to-do item. That's not a one and done. I don't just check it off the list each day. It's a journey because it could take months, years, hopefully a lifetime. It takes commitment, discipline, passion. There has to be a hunger for it. And I think what defines most journeys, the ones we really stay at, that we start out on and we just continue to pursue despite their difficulties or the challenges or the hard work, is that we know the view is worth the climb. We know that the results are ultimately worth the efforts, the ups and the downs, and the daily devotion to them. Whether that's in personal hobby or career or school or in your faith life. And yes, that is a much better example, infinitely more important, eternally more significant, the journey within our faith life. And this week, many of us will begin this blue year of missional discipleship, life on life discipleship, a ministry that we call The Journey. And as we begin this year, I just wanted to encourage you in that. I want to encourage you, whether this is year 1 for you, year 5, or anywhere in between, that the view continues to be worth the climb, and that the testimony that I can share, as well as hundreds and hundreds elsewhere, and many, many within our own church can share, that we are better off having gone through each year's journey, that we can continue that lifelong pursuit of being on mission, sharing and showing the love of God. And so this week, as you begin, week 1, you've got really 2 things, and you might break this into 2 groups. It's up to you, the dynamics. You have that, choice to do that. But there's an orientation section, and I encourage you, if you just look through it, even if you've been through it before, that there's a couple things that you really try to do. Expectations and reservations. There's only 3 questions. Write them down so you can look back at them and see if Journey really met your expectations this year. And did it relieve your reservations? Do you look back at them and say, you know what, the Lord really worked through that in those ways that I was a little bit concerned. Also, I'd encourage you to do your spiritual journey so far. Each year, that should change a little bit. Each year, we should become more and more familiar with it so we can share it with others. And then as you get into week 1, some of you are going to look and you're going to go, wait, glory, the missing piece that satisfies. Now isn't that what we did last year? And maybe what we did the year before? And yes, the first 6 units of pursuit of gospel living are identical every year. It's because they're fundamental, they're foundational to everything we do in Journey. Until we get to the point that we can take these first 6 units and we can just verbatim, word for word, share them with others, and hit every key verse and every key point, then we need to continue to reinforce them. We need to continue to reemphasize the idea of what exactly it is we're seeking when we're seeking glory, what exactly it is we received when we received the grace, and what exactly we're living out when we live out the truth. And so that's the first 6 weeks, and you're going to begin with this section 1, unit 1, embracing Christ as that missing glory. And it's really based, I'll give you 3 key points. Spend some time in the truth in that key verse, the one that's based on John 1:14, that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. We have seen His glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of, get this, full of grace and truth. So glory, grace, and truth that we find in Jesus, and that's where we're going to be spending our time. Week 1, really focus on the idea of what we're seeking and we're searching for. We were designed with His glory. We fell from that when we pursued our own glory, and now we try to fill it with so many things that are counterfeit glory. Whether they're pleasure, whether they're power, whatever they may be, that's what we're trying to fill that void. And really, Jesus is the only one who fully satisfies us in that search. So we exchanged His glory for ours, and now we need to receive it back. There's some questions about what it means to be a Christian or a born-again Christian. Great question that you might get from someone. Look at that section. And then finally, on mission this week, really simple question. Do you and I desire to share the good news? That's it. Do we desire to be as Jesus was in Luke 19:10, His mission statement, that He came to seek and to save, to seek the lost and to save this lost world? If we're to be more Christ-like, then we too are here to seek and to save, to be intentional, to be relational, and to share the good news that the Holy Spirit and Christ can work through us to bring about salvation. That's it. Do we desire it? So spend some time in that. And then as you go, I just would remind all of our groups, as I spoke about with the information session, Journey's unique. It's not the same as small groups or Bible studies or Sunday school ministries that maybe you're familiar with. The meat of what you are going to receive occurs on your Monday through Saturday, let's say. Your 6 days in between the days you meet. The days you spend time in truth, equipping, accountability, mission, and supplication. Don't expect to come to the group really without doing that and to get anything out of group time. You might have an occasion, things happen, but the expectation is really that everything you get out of Journey is most always going to come from your personal time alone in Journey. That we get together in our meetings as a checkpoint. Was there something I didn't understand? Was there something that was really revealing this week that I want to share and see if you saw that as well? Who can I pray for you? How can you pray for me? How can I encourage you to be on mission? How can you encourage me to be on mission? That's what happens in that 90 minutes once a week. It's precious time. So please make the main thing the main thing. Don't major in the minors when you get together in your 90 minutes. Be on mission so that when you leave the group, that you and I are living life on mission. And as you do, I am excited. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for you. And it is just, again, a great privilege and pleasure to be alongside you on your journey. And I just wish you the best week, many blessings, and I will see you back along the journey. Blessings, friends.